I have some people, and I'm sure you have those people too. There are some people that are people that you really love, you really like them, but you realize that they only emit negative energy. And those people, it takes time to realize that they are part of the problem. They are actually, you know, I believe that as you move on with life and you go on with your business, you tend to, in the beginning, you believe that you're going to have the same friends forever. And then life happens. And then you have your new friends. The friends that you have as an adult, maybe when you're 20 years old or in your 30s. And you got some people that you've known for 10 years, 15 years. And for 15 years, you didn't really realize that they are full of negative energy. Because of whatever. Their own suffering, their view of life, their pessimism, whatever. And I have a friend, I like him. But every time you talk to him about something, his reaction is always negative. Every time you talk to him about a business idea, he's always going to tell you, yes, but. Every time you talk to him about somebody's success, he's going to criticize that person and explain to you how much he doesn't like that person and how much this person is doing the thing in a bad way or whatever, because they should do like me. And at a point, you start realizing, wait a minute, that person's never positive. And then you try to help them. You try to show them that the glass can be half full rather than half empty. That's a problem. And you start, you start realizing that, one of my good longtime friends told me, in life, you have to be able to look in your entourage and not be scared of trimming, not be scared of removing those who are useless, those who are problematic, those who bring you trouble, problems, those who are, even if you like them, it doesn't mean that you have to stop talking to them, you have to stop being their friends. It just means that at a point you have to start looking at who's slowing you down. When I moved from Paris, I didn't really realize at that time, but I realized after a few years. I moved because Paris was stressing me. Paris was depressing me. And the people of Paris, the people of the Zouk music industry were, and the ways people were, it was stressing me out. It was making me feeling horrible. And the more the more I was there, the more I was talking about only negative things done by all the negative people that were around me. And my solution at that time was just to move and change countries. When I changed countries, I started having conversation with only people from Paris because those were the people I knew. So back then, WhatsApp didn't have the phone call, so it was on Viber. So I remember one day I'm on the phone with somebody, and when I talk to her, she's telling me about all the stupidity that is happening with all the people that I moved away from. Oh, this guy did this, that girl did this, or this singer did that. Oh, people are saying this about you, blah, 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 blah. And I remember after a few months, I said, sis, I just arrived and I just took a big leap of faith with life. I just decided to move from a country to another country. And I have a new house. I'm gonna have completely new relationships, new places. I don't know the streets. I don't know the neighborhood where I live. I just changed my life. 2012. And the last thing I want after leaving the place where I've lived for 32 years is for the few people that I kept in my close entourage to call me, to talk to me about all the fuckery of where I left. If I left, the spaghetti bolognese is to have a new sauce, not for the people to talk to me about the spaghetti bolognese. And it's a new life. And if you call me to talk to me only about those people and that stress and that anxiety that it brings to me, I'm gonna put you with them in the past. So listen, let's talk about the future. Let's talk about our children. Let's talk about the great things we can do together if there's some, or let's not talk, because starting now, I'm only keeping positive energy around me. And when I moved here, I realized that I was taking all my habits from 32 years in Paris, and I was about to rebuild here with the new habits. And I created a publishing company here, and I wanted to have some beat makers and have them create beats and etc. So I was about to recreate all the business practices from there here, because this is what I know, this is what I do, right? And at a point, I'm having my first problem with a beat maker here. And so I'm trying to resolve the issue with him. And I'm trying to have him on the phone, but he doesn't want to answer. He just wants to talk by text. And when I'm reading the text, I'm like, wait a minute. Why is this guy talking to me from words that is not coming from his mouth? And then I'm like, I know this conversation. I had this conversation before. And I know how this movie ends, and I don't have time for that. So I'm out. And I just told that person, good luck in life. Because if there's something that I learned in life with my experience as a producer, an artist, a record label executive and owner, somebody who built careers of people, I realized how to spot negative people. and I realize how I don't need them in my life, because all they bring is negative energy. And that negative energy, you might believe that, oh, it's fine, and it's not. Some people, les gens n'aiment pas les gens, like you said, Trish. Some people don't like other people. They don't like when people are having success, some people, when somebody's successful, I'm happy. It's me. When I see somebody succeeding, making money, having a beautiful family, having millions of views on YouTube or on Spotify streams or anything, being an actor. I have a friend who just opened his own bar. I'm happy for them. I don't feel could have been me. And there's a lot of people, when you succeed, the only thing they say to themselves is, yeah, you're not better than me. And that's very French. Interestingly, I said that's very French, but somebody told me, no, that's very Paris. And that's true. When you live in Paris, you're used to that type of fuckery. To give you an example, since I moved to Portugal, I don't drink alcohol. So whenever I go somewhere and I want to drink a cocktail, I'm going to ask, where are the mocktails? What do you have without alcohol? And they tell me, everything that you see, we can do without alcohol. We will replace the whiskey or the alcohol with 7-Up or with apple juice, whatever. So I'm used to asking for whatever cocktail without alcohol. And after a year or two living in Portugal, I go to Paris to visit, and I go have a lunch with a very good friend of mine. And while we are here sitting about to eat food, I asked the waiter, yeah, can you do me a mojito but without alcohol? And he replies to me, that's not on the menu. And I'm like, yeah, I saw, but just replace the alcohol with 7-Up, please. And just do me, 7-Up with. And he replies to me again. And he looks at me like if he wanted to explain to me that he doesn't work for me and I'm not better than him, even if he's a waiter. And he's like, that's not on the menu. And I look at him, I'm like, wait a minute. You are a waiter and this is your job. It's not my fault. And you're supposed to give me a good service. And I was about to say something, and then I'm like, oh yeah, I'm in Paris. I forgot. And I told the guy, orange juice, please. And he was like, okay, sir. And I was like, and my friend asked me, do you want to change places? Do you want to go somewhere else? And I was like, nah, it's fine. But that's the negative energy. And something I start doing, and I even push even further after having COVID and asking myself if I would live another day to see my family and my kids. When I got better, and after spending all this time discovering that I developed anxieties due to being scared to die before, and everything that happened, it made me become even more proactive with putting negative energy far away from me. And listen, in the world of music, dancing, kizomba, zouk, hip hop, R&B, all these worlds that I've been in, there's a lot of energy that is negative because there's a lot of ego, and there's a lot of people who believe that they're better than everybody. There's a lot of people who believe that they own art and they have the right to decide who can sing, who can't, who's legitimate, who's not, etc., etc. All this energy, I don't even care about it today. There's a lot of people who believe that it's their job to come to your comments, your messages, your tweets, and tell you negative stuff, where they could just live their lives. Like, if you don't like a song, you don't like an artist, why do you waste your time? Listen, do you remember when we had that person coming to the live and to the chat and trying to hate for no reason? And you're like, and I remember, like, it's funny to me because I was like, how much time you have on your hands? It's like, I don't know where that person was, probably in France, and it was probably 3 a.m. in France. And I was like, how much time you have on your hands to create an account, just come to the chat, be blocked, then go create another one? And I was like, people have time in their hands. And I have time, but not for that energy. And I really believe that all of us should look around in our address books and the people we talk to and ask ourselves if these people are purveyors of clean energy, good energy, or negative energy.